So, sleep. You rightly said that we don't know when we are sleeping. Right?
Well,
Clear?
maybe once in a while. Like, there have been times where I've dreamed before and I knew that I was sleeping.
So, the dream is different from the sleep.
Oh, okay.
Waking state is different from the sleep. Waking state is different from the dream. Make it clear that in a waking state, I don't know anything about sleep. I don't know anything about dream. Am I clear?
Mm-hmm.
Right? In sleep state, I don't know anything about dream and the sleep. A dream and the waking state. Isn't it? In the dream state, we don't know anything about waking state and the sleep state. So that is the first thing, is clear. Yes, Christy?
Yes.
Okay. So, you didn't sleep for so many days. Okay, we'll work on it. Now understand what happens in sleep. We don't know the body in deep sleep. Only when we have a sound sleep, I wake up and I make a statement, I had a sound, refreshing sleep. Are you clear?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Clear? So, in deep sleep, I am not the body, I am not the mind. Can I say that?
Yes.
Can I say that?
Yes.
Think of it. In deep sleep, I am not aware of the body, so I am not the body. I am not aware of the mind, so I am not the mind.
I guess your conscious self isn't aware.
Spirit.
Part of you is.
Go slowly. When I wake up, I become conscious, then I know I had a refreshing sleep.
Yeah.
But in deep sleep, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yep.
So when I don't know anything, I am ignorant.
By definition, yes. Yeah.
I am ignorant. I don't know. So not knowing is ignorant.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Now, from where I'm talking about these principles, before I go further, I'm talking from the Eastern wisdom, which is 6,000 years old. We have 3,000 masters. We have 3,000 texts. So 3,000 masters and 3,000 texts. How you reconcile that? That's come on. Come on, my friend. You study physics. Physics is one branch of the science, and we have more than 2,000 scientists. They talked about different principles, and that branch of science is known as physics. Am I right? Same thing, biology, medicine, psychology. I had masters in psychology, so I studied, there are more than 300 psychologists during a period of 150 years who contributed in the discipline of psychology. Now can you make out 3,000 texts and 3,000 teachers? Yeah? They talked about different principles, what is the goal? Now, can you make out the goal of meditation? I started the topic of sleep, I transition into meditation, and then we will do simple practice. Right?
Yes.
Makes sense? 3,000 teachers and 3,000 texts? Now, what is the difference between the Eastern wisdom and science? So then the things becomes clear.
Nature and elements.
Science always aims at discovery of external world, including body, mind. But Eastern wisdom explores Who am I? My true nature. Do you understand that point? My true nature. Do I know my true nature? Now I'm talking about the principles. So the masters of the Eastern wisdom says, when I know my true nature, it brings an end to the suffering. No problem, no anxiety, no stress, no duality, no conflict. Because I'm ignorant. I don't know. Ignorance means incomplete knowledge. So the specialization of the science is remarkable because they understand the external world. And so the Eastern wisdom is also remarkable. That includes yoga, tantra, meditation, kundalini, all the different disciplines, including mindfulness. What is the goal? To know my true nature. Right? What is the law in science? Universally applicable. So we have one law. What is my true nature? So the master says universally it is applicable to every human being. I'm not talking of animals and other stuff. What is applicable? My true nature is full of peace, happiness, love and wisdom. My true nature, my real nature. When I say my, it means it belongs to you also. It's your nature also. So your true nature is full of peace, happiness, love and wisdom. And what do you think? I'm stressed. You are ignorant. Do you understand that? That's what we are understanding, logically understanding. Lara gave me the exact address of this studio. I know it clearly. Here is the address. I put it into the GPS. So there was a departure point from my home and there is the arrival point. I reached here. So when I understand with the clarity what is my true nature, I can reach there. Same thing. Am I clear?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
If I'm not clear, you can just ask the question. Why? I have no problem. I borrowed the knowledge from those teachers which exist for 6,000 years. It is not mine. I simply share it.
So if you know the destination, it's just a matter of...
Yes, destination. So never work upon destiny. Work on destination. Now we return to the sleep. Sleep, I am not the body, I am not the mind. So when I am not the mind, there are no contents. It is a experience of nothingness. Am I clear? Experience of nothingness. Every teacher also talks about mindfulness is also nothingness. It means, does it mean that, nothing, my mindfulness is nothingness, let us sleep?
It's interesting to me though.
People don't understand this. That's why we don't succeed.
What's very interesting to me about the sleep though is that it makes total sense what you're saying about mind and body, but what's interesting though is while we are in a deep sleep, the body is repairing. The body is doing things, right?
No, we are not focusing on the body. We are not focusing on the mind. We are focusing on what is the meditative state.
Got it. Okay.
Right? Because when you focus on the body, more and more focus on the body, then you enter into a science. Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. So we are not talking of that. We are trying to understand what exactly is meditation. Why? Meditation gives us the knowledge of my true nature that leads me to peace and happiness.
Okay. Makes sense.
Make sense?
Yes.
Clear. So now see that. Now in deep sleep also it is experience of absence, experience of nothingness. And every teacher who has come to you, mindfulness is nothingness, Buddha says nothingness. We just speak out of the blue, nothingness. Okay, if you are nothingness, then why you are speaking? If you are nothingness, then who is listening? You see that? Do you see that? So we don't understand that. And when if I don't understand the exact address, how can I reach here? Destination has to be very clear. Now what happens in deep sleep? According to the teachings, that nothingness, when I'm totally ignorance, merges with the happiness, and I experience immense happiness in deep and the sound sleep that I know when I wake up from the deep sleep. I'm not talking of dream. Deep sleep. When you are not the body and the mind, you are totally ignorant. Nothingness is there. It merges with the true nature, and I experience totally refreshed. But I don't know it. That is the problem. There is something, someone, now your statement. So when I wake up, I know there is a total nothingness based on my experience. It means there is something someone knows. Someone knows that there is nothingness and happiness. That's why in the waking state, I express that I had a sound sleep and I had a refreshing sleep. Right? So when I know that knower, I am in meditation. From sleep to meditation. When I know the knower who knows what he knows, that he is a sleeper. The sleeper is not me. The waker is not me. The dreamer is not me. I am my true nature. What is that true nature? That is revealed through the practice of meditation. So we get some idea that when I transcend the body and the mind, I can enter into a meditative state. That is why I started the topic of the sleep. No. Christy told me that's why I started the topic of the sleep. You can give me any topic, no problem. I can take you to the same state of peace and happiness. You give me any damn topic. Clear?
Yes.
So we got some idea from the deep sleep that if I transcend the body and the mind, I can be into the state of peace and happiness, and I can consciously experience that. Right? Are you clear?
Yes.
Huh? I know that I have to reach here, the McDowell Road. I took 100, freeway 100, 202. You see that? Same journey. If I transcend the body and the mind, I can reach there. Clear? Huh? Very clear. Now, what it takes for the mind to transcend the body and the mind, can anyone answer me? That becomes the practice of meditation and mindfulness. Give me some idea.
Breathe the breath. Breathing.
The mind that is moving outside, if I move the mind inside, in deep sleep, now what happens when you start sleeping? The mind says, no, I want to sleep. Okay, then you go to the bedroom. You close your light, you lie down on the bed, you cover your body with a blanket, you close your eyes. What is happening? What is happening? Can you make out? You are leaving your entire home. Mind is limited to the bedroom. Then the mind is limited to the bed. Then the mind is limited to that area of your shape and the size of the body. Then you close your eyes, you prevent your mind to go through the eyes. You are moving the mind within. Am I clear?
Yes.
Am I making the things clear?
Yes.
When you have a right understanding, that understanding leads to the right action or right practice, and the right practice always succeeds. I want to see the smile on everybody's face, I'm not talking of crazy stuff, I'm talking of very light stuff. Yeah? Clear?
Yes.
So the goal, it means now I understand that if I move the mind from the world outside to the body, from the body to the breath, from the breath to the mind, from the mind behind it, I will go into meditation. Am I clear?
Moving behind it.
Yeah. So there are many ways to express. Whether you say transcend the body or mind, or I can say that let me keep the body, the mind and the breath in abeyance. In deep sleep, absence of body and mind, absence of any experience, it is an experience of absence. It is an experience of nothingness. Right? So just see that if I close my eyes, you all are outside me. Simple. How easy to move the mind with it. But what happens? The past memories and other stuff comes. That I will take up in the next session. So let us see how we can move the mind without doing anything. Do you do anything to sleep? No, you simply lie down on the bed. If you want to do anything, your sleep will never come. Do you see that? Same thing happens in meditation also. But to proceed and to make a journey to that meditation is a very higher practice. I'll give you a glimpse of that higher practice. Why I say higher practice? Again, pick up, understand everything. Because the mind is crazy, it does not want to go outside because of accumulated impressions and the memories and the problems and the suffering. Then we need to become a qualified seeker. If I want to do research in physics, I must do masters. I should become qualified seeker for the meditation, isn't it? I must have a driving license to drive. There are people who drive without license also. They never succeed in meditation. That happens also. They make claim, academically they make claim, but it never happens. I have seen this for the last 40 years. I failed myself in order to succeed. I said I know it when I was quite young. I read it academically, I was well versed with these. Then I went to my master. I spent 26 years learning those principles and understanding. Leave that part. Let us start our journey. Lie down. Let us do it while lying down. Lie down. You want to lie down? Or you want to sit?
Can I sit?
Yeah, you can sit.
Okay.
You can sit, you can stand.
Okay, I'll sit.
Everything is free. So close your eyes. Whether you are sitting or lying down. Choice is yours. Keep the body in the most comfortable position. So you can have a lot of questions after the practice. So eyes are closed. Why we close our eyes? To prevent the mind to move outside. Our goal is to move inside and transition from the body and the mind. How simple it is. So what it means, you don't squeeze your eyes. You close your eyes gently. Means with your awareness what you were just talking with consciousness. Now, if there is any discomfort in the body, the mind returns to the body and we have to move the mind inside. So make the body comfortable. How to make the body comfortable? Move the mind on the neck joint. The mind is looking the neck joint. Now there are two parts. The mind is looking at the neck joint. Mind is not moving the neck joint. Right. You got it. The moment there is any discomfort, remove that discomfort. Unease. You see that? When your mind moves with awareness, natural comfort returns. And we miss that. Why we miss that? Ignorance. What I talked about it, I'm translating into a practice. That is how I give the sessions. Now move the mind on the shoulder joints. The mind is moving on the shoulder joints. Some people, what they do? They start moving the shoulder joint. Well, if there is a discomfort, you can adjust and align and then stop moving. Feel the sensation. You become comfortable. At ease. Make sure we are not doing anything. Then what happens? The mind opens the eyes and you start looking around. Just become aware. It is the mind that wants to move outside. Become aware of your destination. I cannot take an about turn to return to my house to reach to Lara's studio. It is not possible. Just make yourself aware. Move the mind on the hip joint. Feel the sensation, being comfortable. The mind on the knee joints, feel the sensation, being comfortable, and entire body. Now when you look at the entire body, mind is looking the entire body, you feel the sensation, you feel being comfortable. There is one more experience. When you are comfortable, your body will not move. There is a sense of steadiness. And if still the fidgeting is there, become aware of that fidgeting. What will happen? With the fire of awareness, that fidgeting also stops. You need not to do anything. You simply look. Because body cannot move by itself. It is the mind that moves the body. With the clarity, with understanding, with the wisdom we are doing the practice, it always succeeds. Eyes are closed. Again the eyes are open. Become aware it is the mind that is opening my eyes. My goal is to move the mind inside. I have not to come out through my eyes or ear. Now the second point. Being carefree. What is being carefree? Free from all the cares that the mind wants to do. That is the most disturbing element in us. The mind always wants to care. It brings in the thought, likes and dislikes, hatred and anger, pain and the pleasure. It says, no, my body is like this, my body is like this. Don't listen to this mind for a while. Just for a few minutes. Don't listen to this mind. That is one way to understand what it means by carefree. The noise is coming in this room, but you are carefree. The traffic noise coming, you are carefree. Who cares? Now begins one practice which I say, relaxation, mindfulness, based on the principle taught to us by one master who lived more than 3,000 years ago. I'll talk about that later. The first step is awareness of the body. That is all. You need not to even think of it. You simply feel and become aware. Look at the head and the neck. The mind looks at the head and the neck. You feel the sensation and you become aware. Simple. That much is done. But what happens in the middle? The mind moves the body. Become aware of it. Keep the body in the state of steadiness, and you will see the result. Move the mind on the right arm. Feel the sensation and become aware. The mind is looking the right arm. So there comes an experience of sensation and you are aware. Move the mind on the left arm. Feel the sensation and become aware. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. The mind is looking the chest and the belly. You start experiencing some deeper sensation. It may be a tingling, it may be a numbness. Sometimes those whose mind jumps deeper within, they may have a vision in the colors. It's okay. Be with it. Just be with me. Move the mind on the right leg. Right leg, feel the sensation and become aware. Mind moves on the left leg. Feel the sensation and become aware. Just in awareness. What is our destination? And the process is moving the mind within. Transcending the body and the mind and the breath. And we want to see what happens without making any effort at all. The entire body, the mind moves on the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. You feel the sensation and you become aware. First step is done. Let us move to the second step. We discover the stillness in the body in the absence of mind in the body. Let us do it. Look at the head and the neck. Move the mind gently as if you are touching every cell of the head and the neck. You experience deepening of the sensation and you also experience the stillness. I didn't say that, forcibly don't move the body. I'm not saying that. Just discover. The way you discover this studio is still. The floor is still. Why the body becomes still? The mind is withdrawn from outside, withdrawn from the body. Move the mind on the right arm. How you move the mind on the right arm? As if the mind is touching every cell from the shoulder joints to the fingertips. Meditation is the most beautiful thing in the life. It is very soft and gentle. The real meditation where you have to do nothing. I'll explain to you later what it means by doing nothing. Move the mind on the right arm and experience sensation and the stillness. The mind moves on the left arm. Make a point that the mind moves gently from the left shoulder to the fingertips. Slowly, gently. and experience sensation and the stillness. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. Become aware, allow the mind to touch every cell of the chest and the belly. Experience sensation and the stillness. The mind moves on the right leg, from the right side of the waist to the toes. Feel the sensation and discover the state of stillness. Just discover. When the mind is not there in the body, you experience deepening of the sensation and the stillness. That is what also happens in deep sleep. But here we are conscious and we are aware. That is why it is a meditation. That is why that is sleep. Look at the left leg, from the left side of the waist to the toes. Feel the sensation and experience the stillness. You will undergo variety of experiences, tingling, numbness, freezing of the body. What should you do? Do nothing. Let it happen. You are in safe hands. Why? We are not doing anything. See, that understanding needs to be there. The entire body sensation deepens and stillness is there. Now look inside. Look at the forehead. That is the skin awareness. You feel the sensation. There is a stillness. Now look inside the forehead. Now, there the understanding has to be very clear. The sense organs are one-sided windows. It always opens to the external world. Can any sense organ open to the inside the body? No. Then how the mind experiences? Look inside the forehead. Either you experience the infinite space or darkness or blankness. I'll talk about that later. Just experience either the space or darkness or blankness. The moment you experience that space, say to yourself mentally, I'm in peace. You are approaching to the peace. Somebody calls you and you say, oh, are you at home? Oh no, I'm just reaching. Same thing. You're reaching to your true nature. It's a journey. Move the mind inside the forehead. Become aware of the space in the state of sensation and stillness in the body. See that. That makes you a qualified seeker. And the moment you are aware of that state of blankness in the space, say to yourself, I'm in peace. One time more, looking inside the forehead, becoming aware of the space, saying to yourself, I'm in peace. Maintain your awareness, your mind is living within. Either you experience the space or the blankness or the emptiness, and from there you look at the breath. Breath awareness works only in the conditions of conscious experience of sensation and stillness in the body, and the mind is living within. Then you look at the breath, and when you look at the breath, don't focus. I've started saying this here for the last 10 years. When I realized many teachers say, focus on the breath. Moment you focus, the mind starts rejecting you. It starts moving outside. Just casually look at the breath. There may be other thought, let it be. The breath is now 3 points of awareness today. In the state of sensation in stillness, let us pick up only 2 points of awareness. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. No change at all. It means the mind is not doing anything. Then what the mind is looking? Oh, the breath is going in, breath is coming out. Second point of awareness. And third, start counting the breath. When the breath goes in, mentally say in 1. When you feel the breath is going in 1. When you feel the breath is coming out 1, in 2, out 2. Go on counting the breath. No movement of the lips or the tongue. It has to be done mentally, and see what happens. In the state of sensation, experience of sensation in stillness, mind is also experiencing a sense of blankness in the space, means mind is living within. From within it is looking at the breath going in and out. You are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath, you are simply counting the breath. You forget the counting, no worries. Restart from 1. Let us see what happens. Now do nothing. Remain in that state of doing nothing. I will chant. Simply it goes into your ears. And when you pay attention to what I'm chanting, it may help you to deepen your experience. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We will return from inside to outside consciously, slowly. How? First, bring your mind on the right hand and feel the sensation. Bring your mind on the left palm and feel the sensation. Raise both your palms and place it on your eyes. Cover your eyes with both your palms. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Sit up, and now we will share our experiences if you want to share. I could see the smile on your face. Yes. What happened?
I slept for a minute.
You slept for a
I
minute?
slept just for a second. I went into sleep.
This is only 0.1% of the practice that I gave to you today.
It happens so rarely that can happen.
You can see it? Calm, very calm. How are you, sir?
It's wonderful. It was just very soothing. And when you were chanting, I felt like I was in an extremely calm state and a meditative state, but what was interesting is I felt the vibration through my body. I felt your words as like waves.
Waves, yes.
Through my body in a very circular
Ah,
pattern. It was
yes.
just phenomenal. It's incredible.
Your mind was highly receptive. Sleep is not a problem. I know that. This is 0.1% of the practice that I give.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. I give more than 500 practices. How are you, my friend, Kristen?
Good. Relaxed.
Relaxed, I
I
could.
loved when you chanted. That was my favorite.
Ah, yeah.
It's just like Nick said, it like
Next,
vibrates.
Vibrates, yeah. So it vibrates only when the mind is very clear and empty, like a flute. So my chanting goes into the flute.
It was extremely helpful for me, and I'm very grateful for you to provide this, to give the framework of the mind and the body. And I felt like I got to that more meditative state so much easier and without any resistance or tension.
I like it.
Because of my understanding of how you kept us moving from the mind to the body, from the mind to the body, and it was so helpful. It was phenomenal.
I'm grateful because you listened to me, on the other side. But you see that it is, as I told you, it is 0.1% of the practices that I give. Why I say so? Because every time the mind moves with the different challenges, maybe because of the past impressions, because of our relationship, because the way the mind perceives the external world, because of our habits. So that is why we need to change the practice to address that problem of the mind every time, so that it does not become a habitual practice. Because the moment it becomes a habit, meditation is not a habit. It will not bring any result. You don't sleep the same way every day, every time. You don't have the same experience in the mind every day when you wake up. Every day it is different. Every moment is different. So that is why we, as a teacher, role of a teacher is to bring those principles which helps your mind with a clarity of understanding, followed by the practice, to change your experience.
This is the first time I could watch the energy, like
Yes.
the blue energy, go into my right leg
Wonderful.
and then go into my left leg, and then go into my arm, into my other arm.
It needs that if you are a seeker, if your goal is very clear, and if you continue the journey, there is no end to your evolution. All you bring an end to the suffering.
And everything got very silent.
Very.
It was very silent. And that's when for a second,
I'm just curious, I have to go in a moment, but I'm very curious. I've done a lot of work and a lot of therapy, and it's a never-ending journey, right? But I've been doing all kinds of different things for the last 20 years.
20 years, different kind of things. Okay.
And I've done hypnosis, I've done other things. I'm curious on what you're doing and and even with the chanting and that experience that I had, in some ways it seemed kind of parallel to experiences I've had with hypnosis. And I'm curious from your perception, I know it may be different based on perception, right? But how would you describe like hypnosis compared to what you were talking about?
Yeah, one part of it. A simple difference and a remarkable difference. Sometimes it's a little different, but little difference makes it very big. In all hypnotic processes, the teacher rules you, controls you.
Yes.
In meditation, it makes you free.
That's a very distinct difference.
Very little, but huge difference. As a teacher of Eastern wisdom and meditation, the teacher is looking to bring that freedom from the mind. And in hypnosis, freedom of the mind. Freedom from the mind, you transcend the mind. Freedom for the mind means the mind is still there with all its conditioning. Just for the time being, you move into a different direction. Hypnosis is like, you are terribly hungry, and I say, okay, come on, let's have a cup of coffee. You're hungry, and I say, have a cup of coffee. But it does not, I'm not undermining the process of hypnosis. It works in some cases in the beginning. But it does not clear the mind. It returns again.
It makes a lot of sense because I did it very early on before I did any type of body work.